What up, what up, what up? Hey, this is Doug Wallace at GaiaHealthBlog.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is, I think, my first true video for my wellness website. I've had it for about 6 years. I got my Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis shades on because I'm a record producer now. Now, I'm going to be making a little music just for fun, and I wanted to do a quick video on the pieces of equipment that you need to put together a professional home studio. I've been saying for 10 years that I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna build a home studio and make some music for a hobby. But for the past decade, what can I say? I've been slacking. but the beauty of that is 10 years later, the technology is so advanced and the equipment is so sophisticated and so inexpensive. You can get a professional home studio where you can create professional music for just a couple of $100s. And when I say a professional studio and professional music, I'm talking about producing CD quality or better than CD quality songs, or what they call radio ready songs that can be played on the radio. And also now you can sell your music on iTunes, or you can put your music on Spotify, and there's a lot of venues to present your music, so you can create that type of professional grade song without a lot of money. It's really amazing where this industry's come. You don't really even have to be a great musician to put out a good song. But hey, let's get started. I just want to go through the 5 or 6 pieces of equipment that you need. Some of them are optional that are necessary to put together a professional home studio. The first piece of equipment that you need, which everyone already has, is a computer. And the short of that is most experts say don't run out attempting to buy a new computer just because you're starting to do this, because your current computer may accommodate everything you need. The second piece of equipment is what goes into the computer, and that's the DAW software. DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation. There are dozens of digital audio workstations out there. There's probably 10 or so that are recognized by professionals. There's Logic Pro, there's Ableton, there is a Pro Tools. The one I have, PreSonus Studio One, I just simply love it. For a newbie, I'm totally new at this whole thing, and they thought of everything. They just make your life easy for someone who's perhaps not the best musician, who's not really like a true music producer or artist or whatever the case may be. They just thought of everything. The third piece of equipment that you need is what's called an audio interface. This little box down here. This is the main core of how to get your sound into your computer. And basically what it is when you have what they call an analog signal, say from your microphone coming from your voice, or if you're playing a guitar, the objective is to get that analog sound into your DAW software so you can work with, adjust the treble, put a reverb on there, or do whatever you need to do to create your music. There are a couple of them out there that cost under $100. I don't have a PreSonus, but PreSonus is one of the ones that professionals say they really like. There's another one called a Scarlett. Those are the two I kept hearing about. So I guess if you want to grab one for $99, look into one of those two. This one's called Zoom. I really like it because it has a 3.0 USB port, which is supposedly faster than most of the others, which are 2.0 USB interfaces. You are going to need a microphone. I have a Marantz microphone, which is a very inexpensive microphone. I think this one costs about $50. I have a second microphone. Let me just pull it in right here. This is a Rode microphone. It has what's called a pop shield, and with the pop shield it really muffles those like P and B sounds that come out naturally. It muffles that so it doesn't just sound loud and obnoxious when you're recording. But sometimes when you get these bundles or packages, they'll give you a pop shield automatically and a microphone stand as I have here. So if you don't feel like getting all these pieces separate, you can actually get them in a package. The next piece of equipment, which I got to grab it, give me 1 second, is a set of headphones. Basically, I mean, the theory is you can use any headphones when you're in a home studio. I mean, if you have Beats headphones at home, you can use those. There are two types of headphones, however. They call them closed-backed versus open-back. The standard headphones like Beats or whatever are closed-back because the outside of the ear covers are closed, so all the sound goes in. With an open-back set of headphones, which I have here, these Philips headphones, there's like a mesh, and you can hear the sound coming out of them as it's playing, and you can hear outside sound going into them. It's really just personal preference. They say whatever works for you, open back or closed back. If you don't feel like spending money on new headphones, just use your Beats or whatever. I have a set of closed back Bang & Olufsen headphones over there, but I like the open back headphones so I can hear the sounds going on around me, and I can hear the music inside, but just hear the beat or whatever outside. It's just my preference right now to use open back headphones. So that's the other piece of equipment that you need. The next piece of equipment, this is probably why I did this video, because a lot of people have videos out there and they kind of forget that newbies do not know a lot of this stuff, and they assume we know, which I did not know. These are studio monitors, and I'm sure what's going to come to your mind is these are speakers, and technically they are speakers, but studio monitors are different from regular speakers in a couple of very important ways. A studio monitor just gives you the raw sound, so it's your job to go in and mix the sound, mix the bass, and mix the treble to make that sound the way you want. When you have regular stereo speakers or regular computer speakers, they're already adjusted and leveled and mixed, so anything that comes out of them is going to sound good. These studio monitors are called iLux. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with Apple or whatever. I'm really not sure, but I really like them. Once again, I have a very small space. Most studio monitors that I saw are about a foot wide, a foot high. They could take up a lot of space and clutter up my very small space. If the sound is already mixed and leveled like in regular speakers, then mixing and working in a DAW serves no purpose because the sound's already mixed. You need a raw sound. So I just want to keep emphasizing that because that's very important. It's like a lot of professionals, they leave that out in their videos. That I wanted to bring that in. The next piece of equipment, you don't have to have it, but if you get started in this thing, you're gonna want one. It's called a MIDI controller. This is also a MIDI controller for like DJs, but this is not mandatory. I'm talking more of a very simple keyboard controller. They're not very expensive. This one's called an X key, and basically what it does is in your DAW software you have various sounds that you can create, and you can use your MIDI keyboard controller to control those sounds. Say for example, my first song is an Alicia Keys song, and it's a guitar cover. But I did want to have a little bit of piano in the song just to get your mind back into the fact that this is a piano song. So when you pull up the grand piano in my DAW software, you can actually just play a little bit. So I can put a little bit of piano back in the background. And so here's an example of something, so you don't get in your head that this is only about playing the piano. This sound is I just pulled up something at random. It's called the Brazilian drum kit. That salsa carnival kind of thing. So the keys really allow you to do different pieces of those Brazilian drum sounds. For example, so you can put drums in your sound. They have classic drums or whatever the case may be. Really cool. I mean, once you start playing with this thing, it really becomes a lot of fun. Hey, so that's it. I just wanted to make that as brief as possible. And once again, this is for newbies. For professionals, they already know this, but for newbies, it's some people I think want to do this and don't know where to get started. Like I did not know where to get started, so I just wanted to put this video out. I am not trying. I'm just making music for fun. I am not trying to figure out how to make a song where 20 million people like it. I'm not trying to eat off this thing. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to just do anything, but there's an esoteric point that I'm trying to fuse into my blog somehow, that I'm just expressing myself, what I call finding my frequency, finding my vibration, finding my wavelength. That's really the esoteric objective. But on the surface level, I just want to make some music. Most of my stuff initially is not going to be very, very original. I'm going to be doing some cover songs of some songs I wanted to do, and that's it. Maybe I'll write some songs a couple of years down the road as I get a little bit better with my instrument playing and so on, my songwriting, so on and so forth. Find your frequency in this world. We live in a world where there's so many things coming at us that are just shaping our frequency, shaping our thinking. We got to go inside ourselves and produce the frequencies, the wavelength, the vibration that is true to us. That's just one of my things. And once again, it's music is a way that can play itself out. And that's what I'm doing. That's really underneath it all, that's the real reason I'm doing this thing. But I don't want to get into all the esoteric stuff that I'm trying to fuse into my blog somehow. That's it. Hey, Doug Wallace at Gaia Health Blog. Thanks a lot for checking me out. I'm not a big social media person, so I'm not asking you to go out and like me or like the video or whatever. I mean, it's like, hey, if you want to rap, let's collaborate on this stuff. We all can learn a few things. If not, that's cool. So, hey, thanks a lot. Peace. I'll see you. Find your frequency. Goodbye.